At the risk of being heretical tonight, might I suggest to you that 85% of Jesus' life, he was out of order. 85% of his life, he was doing what he was not called to do. God, y'all done got quiet. For 85% of his life, he was not flowing in his God-given function. 85% of his life, he is doing what his natural father wanted. But it did not line up with his divine DNA. For 85% of his life, and he's anointed, he's called, he's chosen, and he's wrong. Tonight, Bishop Young, if we were to charter a KLM flight, 2 of them, 3 of them, and hoarded everybody who is in chosen vessel tonight onto that plane. We flew for 17 hours, landed in Israel. We would find the most proficient tour guide to take us around the Holy Land. And Green, when we walked around the Holy Land on this tour for Chosen Vessel, you would be amazed that on this tour, they would never be able to show us one table that Jesus built. They wouldn't be able to show us not one chair that he ever constructed, would never be able to show us one roof that he repaired. And that's where he spent the most of his life. God, I got the wrong church in here. Everything that you did before don't even mean nothing. God, I can't hear nobody in here. You keep trying to safeguard where you were never supposed to be. And God said, I don't even want your name on that. I'm shifting you to something else. For 30 years, Bishop, he's wrong. He's out of order. We've flown here from all over the country, not because of what he did for 30 years, but for what he did in 3.
Hey, big salute, family. This your brother K. Judah, giving all praise to the Most High Yah and faith in Yahshua HaMashiach. So you heard what Jamal Bryant said. He said that 85% of Yahshua's life, he was out of order. But Jamal Bryant, Jelly Bean, you must forgot that 99% of your doctrine is false. So who really out of order? See, family, the same way the Bible say a little leaven leaven the whole lump, it's the same way with doctrine. One lie can destroy a multitude of people. So let's go ahead and give this man the facts. Way before Yahshua came in the flesh and blood body, he was always about the Father's business. He the one gave the commandments to Moses by the command of the Father. He the one was dealing with Adam and Eve by the command of the Father in the Garden of Eden. He's the one is priest of the Most High God, Melchizedek, who was dealing with Abraham, who met Abraham. That was Yahshua HaMashiach. We ain't never dealt with the Father. So way before Yahshua became a flesh and blood man, he was already about the Father's business. So I don't understand what this man is talking about. But this is what I keep telling y'all. Our people have a lot of zeal. They have zeal, family, but it's not according to knowledge. And it's not to put them down. It's to show you that our people love to have their ears tickled with what makes them feel good, not what's going to edify them, not what's going to give them knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because anybody who read the scriptures know that Yahshua was not out of order. In no aspect of his life, the Bible tells us that this man was perfect. That's why he is called the Lord our righteousness. The Lord our righteousness. It will behoove you, Israel, to read this Bible for yourself, to get your own knowledge. Do not take no man's word for anything. Not mine, not Jamal Jellybean, not no preacher. They are going to deceive you. Your brother K. Judah is not here to deceive you, but still don't take my word for anything. Read the scriptures for yourself and you will see that Yahshua was always about his father's business. He was always filled with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. He always kept the father's commandments. He always did what the father told him to do, and we have to walk in the same footsteps. So I want to say, Jamal Bryant, you are the one with 99.9% of false doctrine, and you are the man that is out of order, and many other preachers like you. But Yahshua HaMashiach was never out of order. You have been woefully misinformed. But I want to go to the book of Luke, chapter 2, and we're going to read from the Holy Scriptures whether Yahshua was out of order or not. This is Luke chapter 2. And your brother K. Judah gonna start at verse 40. Luke chapter 2. And your brother K. Judah is gonna start at verse 40. And it reads, and the child grew and waxed strong in spirit, filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was upon him. I thought he was out of order. The child grew, meaning he was a child, a young man, a young boy, however you want to look at it. But he was already filled with wisdom and the grace of the Most High Yah. The boy already had wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Jamal Jellybean. Verse 40 again. And the child grew and waxed strong in spirit, filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was upon him. Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of Passover. And when he was 12 years old, I thought 85% of his life he was out of order. And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast. And when they had fulfilled the days and they returned, the child Yahshua tarried behind in Jerusalem. And Joseph and his mother knew not of it, but they supposed him to have been in the company when a day's journey. And they sought him among their kinfolk and acquaintances. And when they found him not, they turned back again to Jerusalem, seeking him. And it came to pass that after 3 days, they found him in the temple. He was already about his father's business. Jamal Jellybean, he was in the temple, but you said 85% of his life, he was out of order. So what he doing in this temple? What he doing with that wisdom? What he doing with that knowledge? What he doing with that grace of the Most High Yah? Verse 46, and it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, meaning doctors of the law. Doctors of the law. Those who knew the law. Verse 46, one more time for the people in the back, and the people to the left, and the people to the right, and those in the front. Verse 46 again, and it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. And all that heard him was astonished at his understanding and answers. They was astounded, because you remember Jellybean, he is a young child. This is a young boy, and his understanding was already in him when he was in his mother's womb. The grace of the Most High was already on him when he was in his mother's womb. The knowledge of the Most High was already on him when he was in his mother's womb. Jellybean Bryant. Jellybean Bryant. That means you got to get you some knowledge. Verse 48. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold thy father, and I sought thee sorrowing. And he said unto them, how is it that ye sought me? Wish ye not that I must be about my father's business? Read that again, K. Judah. Wish you not that I must be about my father's business. So Yahshua HaMashiach was perfect, without sin, and walked in all the ways of Yah. So Jamal Jellybean, 85% of Yahshua's life was never out of order. But 99.9% of your life, according to the Bible and doctrine, you a false teacher, and you the one out of order. And your brother K. Judah wanna say, Shalom.